Geared for Life family, my name is Lindsay Van Leeuwen, and Ryan asked me to do just a quick nutrition video on the type of nutrition I use that has worked for me to help you properly fuel your workouts. You are showing up and kicking butt in the gym, and we just want to give you the tools to kind of ramp up that nutrition side. So there are so many types of nutrition plans out there. You are welcome to research all of them. I by no means am saying this is the one and only be all, but this is the one that has worked for me over everything else that I have tried. And I think that some of the things you need to look for is sustainability. There are lots of fad diets out there that come and they're such an extreme, and people find results in the beginning, but then they can't stick with it because it is not a lifestyle. And so one of the things that pushes me to this type of nutrition plan is that it is a lifestyle nutrition. It works. We went out to breakfast this morning and I'm able to stick with my containers. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about what I do. Just so you know, I am an accountability coach for people who commit to fitness and nutrition programs. You already have the fitness side, so I'm just going to talk to you about the nutrition side. I do use Beachbody programs and products. And so that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm certified in portion control. And again, that's what I'm going to talk to you about. So the nutrition plan that I follow is a macronutrient balanced diet. So that type of nutrition plan works if you are vegan or plant-based or paleo. You can adapt all of those to this type of nutrition plan. Keto and like zero carbs and things like that don't work as well with this type of program. Again, that's very restrictive, and this is a balanced approach. So I'm not really going to touch on that. You can research that, but that doesn't really work with what I'm talking about today. So the first thing you want to do is figure out how many macronutrients does your body, your specific body for your specific workouts need. And so you can type in find my macronutrients. There's all these calculators online for free, and it will give you a number of what you should be eating each day. You can track it in an app called MyFitnessPal. That is a free app and it has a huge database, and so that is how you can do it for free if you want to go that approach. The reason I am drawn to this type of portion control is the same concept, but instead of having to calculate and weigh everything, I have containers for it. So it's the container system. Again, it's that balance of macronutrients. Your macronutrients are your different categories like protein, fruit, your veggies, your healthy carbs, your healthy fats, and then this is for us like seeds, dressings, other fats. There's also a teaspoon, which is going to be more healthy fats like peanut butter or almond butter and things like that. So instead of trying to calculate it all, I just scoop out my portions and then I know. So one of the things we do, I can give you if you want to email me. I'm happy to do it for you if you like the idea of using containers instead of MyFitnessPal. I can give you a calculation. So what you do is you're going to plug in your weight, it times by a certain number, and then it gives you your baseline, and then you're going to add certain amount for your workouts. So your workouts are very intense, you're going to add the category of very intense workouts, and then you're going to subtract if you want to be at a calorie deficit, or you're going to keep it if you're going to be maintaining and fueling your body. So again, based on your goal and your weight, you will get a number, and it's going to tell you, okay, Lindsay, you, based on what your goals are, you need to get, say, 4 green containers in a day, and you need to get 1 blue a day and 2 purple, and so on. So I know that if I am eating what that says every single day, I know that my body is getting the fuel that it needs to have enough energy to sustain my workouts and the rest of my day. So that's my goal. And I also don't want to eat all of them at one meal. I want to spread it out because that's what gives you the energy every two. If you can eat every 2 hours, your body's going to sustain that. And again, the reason I like that macronutrient approach is because your body only uses a certain amount of each one at each time. So if you're overeating in one area, if you're overeating on the protein, your body can only use so much of it. So again, that's why I'm drawn more to this balanced approach. So once you have your calculations, you have your containers, you know, and if you want to order these, you can get them through me for $10, or you can get them online. But they also, so when I'm planning, I go, okay, I know how many I'm supposed to have each day, now I'm gonna plan. I am a planner, So I plan out the whole week for my family. We are busy and we're running around, and I want it already calculated for me. So I always start with dinner, because you don't ever want to get to a point where you're like eating all day, eating your containers, and then it's 6 o'clock and it's dinner time and you're like, oh, I have a healthy fat and dressings left. I guess I'll have avocado with some dressing on it for dinner. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're spreading them out. So I always start with dinner and I plug it in, and let's say I'm having chicken, rice, and broccoli. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to mark off a red container for my chicken. I'm going to mark off a green container for my broccoli, and I'm going to mark off a yellow container for my rice. And it's already calculated for me. I always eat the same thing for breakfast. I usually have eggs, spinach, a piece of toast, or some oatmeal. And then, or maybe like today, I said we happened to go out to breakfast, so I saved one of my yellow containers, had a little pancake instead. Again, you wouldn't want to do that every single day, but I was able to have a treat while calculating and accounting for it and staying on track. That's another thing I like about this type of nutrition plan. So anyway, I'm a planner. I like to plan out the whole week. For some of you, I know that's overwhelming. There is an app that you can get. Again, if you purchase these containers for like $10, you would have access to this app, and you can calculate it as you go. So if you have egg, spinach, and toast for breakfast, you mark it off and it starts to calculate it for you. I have meal planners that are just day by day if you want to just get a handle of it. So I'm happy to share any of this with you. If you email me, I will give it to you at the end of this video, and Ryan will also have my email. And then another thing I do though that's valuable, that while I'm planning, is I have a food list. And I'm happy to share this with you too. But this food list tells me ideas of the types of food that go in each category, and some things don't necessarily fit. So if you're not eating necessarily scrambled eggs, you're not gonna try to fit them in here. You just know it says 2 eggs equals 1 red container. Or maybe asparagus, you're not gonna cut it up and put it in here. You're gonna know that on here it says 10 asparagus spears equals 1 green container. So it gives you the count, which is super convenient on things that don't actually fit in the container. But otherwise, as long as the lid fits on it, you can have it. So if you're having grapes, you're gonna put the grapes in there, put that lid on there, and you're good to go. The other thing, and again, I can share this food list with you if you'd like. I also use cookbooks. Again, we have cookbooks, so I have a couple of them. And if you pull out a recipe in here, they have calculated it for you. So for example, stuffed bell peppers. Oh, these ones are really good, the Southwest. On the back, it'll say this recipe is a green, a yellow, a red, and half a blue. So I mark that off when I'm planning my dinners, and I know that those containers I'm already gonna have. And so what I like about using the books is anything that's mixed like that, they've already done all the hard work, the guessing, the measuring for me. So you can use cookbooks, you can go on the Beachbody blog for free. There's a ton of recipes, and they will always tell you what the container count is. And then again, if it's something like maybe you're having steak, and again, I wouldn't recommend red meat every single day, but once a week is not gonna hurt you. So if you're doing steak for dinner one night, you're gonna have a red container full of steak. Maybe you're having potatoes, you're gonna have a yellow thing of potatoes, and then you're gonna have your veggie. Maybe you put a tiny bit of cheese on there or some butter. You're gonna calculate that as your healthy fat, but you only get one. So make sure that you save that. So maybe you're doing burgers one night, again, red container. Maybe you skip the bun, but you have sweet potato fries on the side because you have a yellow container left. You're gonna eat sweet potato fries, and then you're gonna have a veggie, and you're gonna throw some avocado on there. That's gonna be your blue container. So I hope that's making sense, but that's how it's easier for me. We, like I said, are busy. I can make one meal for my whole family, and I simply just scoop out my portions and put them on my plate. Always put them on your plate, because if you're eating out of here, the whole idea is to train your eye and your brain to see a plate of food and know what category of each food, what is the portion size I should be eating. So if you're always pouring it on your plate, you're gonna teach yourself how to do portion control, and eventually you won't even need the containers. So that is what I use. I wanna talk a little bit about if you're shopping for food in your pantry. So ask yourself, do I have a lot more food in my pantry, or do I have more food in my fridge? And what I want you to say is, I have more food in my fridge. You want to be having more fruits and veggies and healthy things that don't have a bunch of preservatives and fake ingredients in your house all the time. If it is a veggie, prep it, wash it, put it in little baggies, put it in your containers, have them ready so that they are grab and go snacks. In your pantry, you want to make sure that you pick up a box of food that you know what is on that ingredient list. So first thing you're going to look for is, how big is this list? Does it have a ton of things? Probably not good for you. You don't need it. So look for a small ingredient list. Look for things that you know and can pronounce or look up. Look for things that are whole foods and real food. So I know, and this fad has kind of faded, but you know, we went to lots of low fat and fake sugars and aspartame and things like that, and your body doesn't know what to do with those. So it's better to eat the pure sugar and the pure real butter. I love the Irish butter because it's made in Ireland and they have stricter regulations than we do. So anyway, but they have, so make sure that you're eating real food that your body recognizes, I know this is sugar, I'm gonna burn it for fuel, versus fake sugar that your body just holds on to because it doesn't know what to do with it. So it's not always the sugar count on there, because it could say 0 but have something fake in there that you don't want to put in your body. So make sure that you are eating something that is that you can recognize. So on that note, while you are in the habit of shopping the grocery store, shopping the outside, the perimeter of the grocery store is going to be your best bet over all of the aisles. But when you are in those aisles, I want you to get in the habit of reading the ingredient list. And the same goes for supplements. The majority of your food, the majority of your nutrition is going to come from your food. But for some of you, you're working out really, really hard. You're going to want to add some supplements for max performance. So again, I'm going to share with you what I use and why I use it and just kind of what to look for. So the first thing I use is a Shakeology shake. This is my nutrition shake. So it's not just your basic post-workout. It is my nutrition shake. It actually counts as one of my red containers. So if I'm supposed to get 4 in a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I need that 4th one, and I usually use my shake for it. I also hate veggies, and I have to get 4 veggies in a day, so I always hide a thing of spinach or frozen butternut squash in my shake. But this has superfoods. It has your pre and probiotics in it, so that pre is also important, not just probiotics. Phytonutrients, digestive enzymes. It has all my vitamins for the day. So this is a powerful shake for me. It's not really, like I said, a meal replacement. It's just one of my proteins. And so things that I want you to look for, again, look at that ingredient list. The FDA in the US doesn't monitor supplements. So the companies can kind of put whatever they want on there. So things that you look for need to be the ingredient list. So rather than just researching Shakeology or whatever the nutrition shake you're looking at, I want you to research the actual ingredients and how they're processed, because that makes a big difference. It could be the same, but they are processed not the same, or they are adding to it, or they're modifying it. You want no modification as much as possible. Another reason that leads me to Shakeology is because we sell it in the UK. And the UK has a lot stricter guidelines for their supplements than the US. So the fact that we can sell this as a product, as a whole food in the UK, tells me that it's being regulated and not just like the US where they just put it out there. So those are things I want you to look for. Research the ingredients, not necessarily the name, and research the how it's sourced. Okay, so that's my nutrition shake. The only other thing I really do, which is probably something all of you would be interested more in, is a pre and post workout. So again, pre-workouts can have a lot of junk in them. So please make sure that you are looking at those ingredients, research them, look them up and see what they do. If they have a lot of stimulants, if they have a lot of sugar, like this only has 2 grams of sugar. You don't need that. You're not trying to be jittery all day. You're just trying to get that pump up to hit the best results in your workout. So this happens to be my pre-workout. It's my favorite product that we have. It's plant-based. The caffeine comes from green tea and coffee bean extract. So not a lot of caffeine. It has the beta-alanine in it. So it gets you that kind of tingly and ready, but it's not that itchy niacin feeling that some of the pre-workouts have. So that's my favorite, 1 scoop. And then here is your basic post-workout recovery, my muscles are sore, I need BCAAs, and I need it within an hour after my workout. Again, make sure that it is a small list of ingredients. Look up the ingredients and see what they are. Make sure you recognize them. There shouldn't be any added anything in it. So if they have all these added ingredients that don't have anything to do with recovery, you probably don't need that. And also, like this one only has 6 grams of sugar too, so make sure it's not loaded with sugar just to make it taste good. And I love this one. This happens to be a whey protein. I do try to stay away from dairy as much as possible just because it tends to be inflammatory, but for one little shake is fine. But we also have a vegan, my Shakeology is vegan, but we have that in whey too. So if you have any questions about supplements and what to do, you're welcome to email me again. And again, you can find a lot of this type of thing for free online, and I'm happy to answer questions. But if you'd like to order anything, the cookbooks or the containers, or just get the food list or anything from me, I'm happy to share that with you. My email address is lindsvanleeuwen@gmail.com. I also will give it to Ryan. If you want to order something, you can either email me or you can give him your email and I can reach out to you and help set up a cart for you. But again, I'm just happy to help you with anything that you need, any calculations. And I hope that helps clear up some of your nutrition and gives you some strategies when you're at the grocery store. And let me know if you need anything else. Thanks so much.